February 27, 2020, issue 1006 of the energy transmissions coming through the Omega communications. Lani speaking to you. To begin the session today, take a lovely deep breath in, breathing in light from the highest source of energy coming to you at this time. Feel that you are bathed in that light and that it fills you right through every aspect of your body, your energy field, your physicality, your emotions, right through the skeletal system, everywhere filled with light. And then you can let go of the thought of the body and the life and your surroundings and allow yourself to be within your light energy body and assemble here in the receiving area of the station of light. It's a pleasure to link with you again in this way, in an expanding circle, an expanding expression of all that is. So, are you ready for the session again to explore different levels of energy construction, of manifestation, of potential, and everything else that the higher dimensional beings will bring forward for you to experience today? We acknowledge your presence here, beloved. I'm addressing you as we stabilize your presence here, as we stabilize many of the systems that are visible in your energy form here. And as we stabilize those systems for you, there will be a clearer perception of what you are enveloped in here. Each time we meet you here, we acknowledge the advancement and the extraordinary energy expansion you are receiving. These expansion flows and energy systems you are receiving come through in pulses. Some of those pulses will be the same regulatory frequency, and some of them will be determined by different aspects of yourself and determined by different aspects with the alignment of specific gateways around the Earth planet system. We are aware of many of the systems that have been placed up around atmospheric patterns around the planet, and so we are working to move through these and to isolate many of them, and also to allow a greater inflow of energy to penetrate through them into individuals and into many of the energy centers which exist within the land masses. Already you are becoming familiar with some of those. In this particular instance, we refer to the energy systems and patterns deep within what you call your southern pole area, the icy caps in the Antarctic pattern of land mass, and therefore the focus of attention is upon that. There may have arisen, to your knowledge, some information about objects which exist within the ice patterning and which become revealed due to different shifts of land masses and change in temperature patterns. So all of these energy systems and placements become infused with the pulses coming through the atmospheric presence and layers into the Earth energy matrix grid, and therefore there is an enlivening of many of these systems. They become visible to the general population. They've been visible to many of the scientific population for some time because they measure in a different way, and instruments now are able to detect these different energy device systems. Some of these have been existing within the Earth planet and land masses for different civilizations which have appeared on planet Earth. Some of them have been more recently introduced to the planet. We refer to aspects of your own individual self. If it was part of your particular mission, you were bringing energy devices to be located in various areas around the planet, and when your energy pattern is at the same frequency as some of these devices you brought in, you connect with them. And this also helps the enlivening process of you all. Encapsulated in those devices is energy which will help serve your physical changes and transformation as you become upgraded. That is the word that would be most popularly used by you, upgraded and activated. It is a sequence of codes which are absorbed through you as your energy frequency comes into synchronization with the energy devices. Whether they are the particular ones you brought into the land masses, or whether perhaps some of you are resonating with some of the existing devices that have been part of the Earth consciousness state, and therefore they are inherent in your consciousness field. When you emerged into your current physical form, you had certain potential energy receptors. Now, you also brought in with you some accumulated concepts and experiences, and you also were aware, and you are becoming more aware of this, that inherent within you is your knowledge you are connected to a greater system. Whether you identify that as a star system, or the star field matrix which encompasses the planet, or some particular group, is not quite so relevant as simply your recognition that you are connected into a greater source of information and patterning. Be aware that this must come through you as an individual, so that you do not follow someone else's path. You each have your unique pathway, and inherent in that is your particular purpose and mission you brought in from your point of origin. So this is what it always comes back to, reconnecting to that point of origin, your particular higher evolved self, so that you bring in the potential which is needed for the concepts that you are manifesting around you in civilization. You are creating that around you. Make sure then that you connect to the pure element of source and everything that is needed. In recent times you may have experienced help in some particular way, something you were wanting to achieve, and you felt you needed help. So the calling within you drew upon help to assist you. Do you recognize a pattern of that you've received recently? This confirms to you, it validates that this is available to you. It is your intention to receive the help, which is part of that whole process to help the manifestation and the creation. It brings a pattern of order in you, and again, inherently in you is the recognition of when there is order, when there is balance, when there is the correct alignment with the potential of what you might call future. It is all one. Your recognition of that state is required. It's part of your intention. And as you realize this, having your intention already, you know within you what is available to you. And it's already there, it's already been manifested, you've already done it in some aspect of you. This is what you are in the reality where you exist. You are moving in this moment, in the presentation, you are enveloped into a deeper space within the station. By that we are indicating you are moving into another dimension existing here, something that you are more readily able in this moment to connect with. And as you observe activity in this particular space or location, you will see that there are energy patterns, coloured beams of light or rays of light in a very different spectrum, and these are connecting into some of organised frequency patterns within the earth, as referred to in our initial greeting and explanation to you. So you are witnessing energy being enhanced and passed through into these already existing energy receivers, and again there is an amount of information contained in this. The intention is always to enhance, protect, expand and uplift creation, the patterns of light energy which is creation of planet Earth, and the dimensions of it. So some of the rays coming forward are strengthening other patterns within other dimensional aspects of existence. So as you are present here observing this, you will be aware that you have a different dimensional sense of your presence here. This enables you to observe what is occurring. Because you are experiencing it, this will remain in your energy field, within your light body energy field. And this also will help you and support you. And this is sufficient exposure to this at this time for you to have reconnected with this element. And so we are bringing you back to be positioned in the receiving area of the station. And this concludes my participation in this session for you. I withdraw now, Aurum out. Lani again, present. Thank you, Aurum, and for that experience and the extra information and enlightenment we have received. So everybody, do you sense that? Take this moment to really absorb what you experienced. Even though, as we've been told, it will exist in this space, in a particular area that is created for you to reconnect in some fashion. Perhaps it's like having your own locker if you go somewhere, and this is where you store many of your precious acquisitions or belongings or tools. So in this sense, what you receive in the transmissions are tools, and these are available for you to reconnect with every time you enter into this aspect of the station. And it just helps you to reconnect with those if you find you need that reconnection because you're missing it in your actual physical daily life pattern. And so it's by your intention you reconnect with it, drawing it in. I have the image actually that you may be on earth in your surroundings and you feel the need, and so it's like seeing an umbilical cord connecting you into the higher vital essence information needed for you, and you bring that into you. So I'll leave that image with you. It might be applicable to some of you at this time. And I want you now to bring your attention fully back into your physical body. This is always important because you are bringing this higher dimensional frequency pattern right down into you that you know as your name and your life. You've collected a great deal more of energy. And this will show outwardly to other people how you respond to other people, how you assist other people. So it's time now again to take in a lovely deep breath and focus back within your body, and perhaps around your body, but focusing on the realization of the day and the time that you are receiving this. And so I end this session through the Omega Communications portal. Thank you, everybody, all beings involved in this great energy matrix that is